we are cultivating calm, building mindfulness practices for ADHD. So we're going to start with some background and methodology. So we approached this project imagining we were working for Calm, which is the meditation and mindfulness app. So Calm recently acquired Ripple Health Group, and they're a health tech company that helps users organize their care, keep medical information, and set medical reminders. So this acquisition really highlights their goals of growing in the clinical mental health space and growing into becoming a part of treatments. So the CEO said recently about this acquisition, we've always said that we want to support everyone on every step of their mental health journey as a company. We have different products for different people and different segments. So this is a natural kind of progression for us as a company. So in order for Calm to support everyone, they need to understand how the unique needs of ADHD individuals so that they can kind of help them form meditation and mindfulness routines. So why is this important to understand ADHD individuals? It's because traditional approaches to mindfulness and meditation may not work for them. So ADHD affects a person's executive functioning ability. So think working memory, self-talk, emotional regulation, organization. And so this results with individuals with ADHD kind of struggling to maintain habits and form routines. However, meditation and mindfulness have been found to reduce some of the ADHD symptoms, such as improving attention, reducing stress, improving mood. But meditation and mindfulness, they're more effective when they're done repeatedly in a routine. So overall, you can see that there's a disconnect here between an effective form of treatment and individuals with ADHD having the capacity to maintain that treatment routine. So our research objectives for this project are to understand how individuals with ADHD successfully maintain a meditation and mindfulness routine, along with the challenges they have to overcome. We also want to understand the particular processes they use to address their needs. We're also looking to understand the role technology plays in practicing meditation and mindfulness for individuals with ADHD. So for recruitment, we did convenience sampling, we had posted on Reddit, we also posted to our Instagram stories, and we interviewed friends and family. So we had 19 total participants, 11 successfully practicing, their length varied, 7 unsuccessfully practicing, and we had 1 just starting a routine. For them, we thought they were successful, but then they revealed they'd only been practicing for 2 weeks. We also had participants ranging from ages 19 to 61. For our methods, we did one-on-one in-depth interviews. They were remote, and they were up to an hour in length. So I'm going to dive into our detailed findings now. So this is our findings related to our first objective. And overall, across our participants, we noticed 6 key ingredients that help them kind of overcome challenges and maintain their meditation and mindfulness routines. And those were avoid overly ambitious / broad goals, flexibility, embed into a routine, start with focusing rather than clearing your mind, acknowledging motivators, and community. Due to the time constraint, I'm only going to cover 4 of these today, but if you want to know more, you can follow up with me after this presentation. So the first one I'm going over is that those with ambitious, broad meditation goals really struggled to maintain a routine. So those broad goals, they didn't keep participants motivated, and they were really hard for the individuals to keep track of their progress. So a common example of a broad goal is just to improve overall well-being. And we have a quote here where a participant said, sports visualization and breathing, which was a specific goal, was the most successful for me because it was for a specific thing. And that thing was to feel prepared for a track race rather than the overall general thing of, feel better. Another participant had said, I heard it was good for you, so I thought I'm going to journal meditate every day. This will be great for me. And then, of course, I didn't. So again, just too much pressure to do it every day. Eventually, this led to the realization that they were not reaching their goals, which then led to frustration, guilt, and disappointment. So our recommendation here is to position the start of meditation with a reasonable goal that is more specific than improving mental health. Our next finding was that embedding meditation and mindfulness into a larger routine was a big part of participants' success. So we have a couple examples here. So the first one was mindfulness as part of a bedtime routine. So this video shows that the way this participant shuts off her lights before going to bed kind of triggers her to remember to journal, which was how she practices mindfulness. So that last light right there is what reminds her. Another example was having a coffee machine in the room where a participant meditated, and she said coffee was a connected habit, I guess. I would drink it while I was meditating. I was tying it to an addictive habit. So really trying to put meditation and mindfulness tied to that addictive habit. Another participant also did it before going to work. So our recommendation here is to look to help connect their meditation and mindfulness practice to other well-established routines. Our next point is that for successful participants, there were a wide variety of factors that motivated them to continue their practice. So it wasn't just one thing for everyone. Some were really motivated by the psychological benefits they felt, so feeling calmer, better at regulating emotions. Additionally, they were motivated by others around them noticing a change in their mood and behavior. So one participant said, I was taking a walk with my 7-year-old daughter. She said to me out of the blue, Dad, since you've become a Buddhist, you are less angry now. So his daughter, noticing this change in him, kept him motivated to keep going. Others just talked about how they were motivated by the sense of just keeping a routine, that like keeping it going really motivated them. Lastly, other people were motivated as when their meditation and mindfulness were a step to reach a larger goal. So someone talked about this Kaizen principle, which was just about incremental continuous improvement. And another participant talked about how they did it as a way to accept death. So really deep there. So our recommendation here is to understand that there are a wide variety of motivators for individuals and work on how to center those within their experience. Our next finding was that for some participants, when they involved others in their meditation and mindfulness routine, this became essential for their success, and it also served as a motivator to keep their routine. So some participants noted that they found success in yoga due to it being a group practice. So I talked about how the people around them kept them motivated and also created this environment that gave them a structured time to practice. So our one participant here said, for the yoga class meditation, I'm with 2 to 3 other people in the class, and we're all meditating. It creates a nice ethos in the space. Everyone is doing it. Also, some participants talked about how they're involved in coaching groups, and this is a good source of education, encouragement, and accountability to stick to their practice. And then one participant even ended up leading this session every week, so this responsibility helped him keep the routine. Lastly, when people were receiving inquiries from friends, family, or therapists, this is what prompted them to maybe realize they had fallen out of their practice. And some of them were unaware of the lapse until they were asked about it. So our recommendation here is to create ways for people to connect and work with others on their meditation and mindfulness practices to help increase accountability. Now, our second objective was to understand the role technology plays in practicing meditation and mindfulness for individuals with ADHD. For here, we noticed that many participants stopped using apps because they could not hold their attention. So a lot of people started their journey with these meditation or mindfulness apps. We have some common ones listed below. They stopped using them because they felt they lacked visual stimulation or were boring or just didn't really provide enough anchor for their wandering thoughts. And although the app sent reminders and they had these streaks, it wasn't enough motivation for people to keep going. And some participants even noted that they felt annoyed by the notifications at the same time every day. One participant said, when talking about the app specifically, you can change the settings in the app so a bird chirps for reinforcement while you meditate, but that noise is actually kind of distracting. So here, our recommendation is look for other ways to increase focus and anchor participants through self-management strategies. So one participant talked about tracing their fingers on the app. Lastly, participants use technology in various ways to aid their meditation and mindfulness routine. So some used apps to stay organized or set reminders, so Google Calendar, Tick Sheet, Alexa's timers, the smell of coffee, like I talked about earlier. And then some participants use technology for sensory control and mitigating distractions, so wearing noise-canceling headphones. And some participants use technology to stay engaged and interested in their practice. For example, this Muse headband, so that's what's shown here, kind of gives her data about her mind, her stillness, and heart rate. So our recommendation here is to expand competitor research beyond apps or look for potential partnerships to promote habits. So for our recommendations and future research, here we summarize all of our recommendations from our findings, but our main takeaway is that it's important to consider individuals with ADHD when creating new features to ensure the ongoing implementation of accessibility. In terms of future research, we want to dive deeper into the app experience to identify key pain points for individuals with ADHD, consult therapists and mental health professionals to see opportunities where the app can better supplement individuals with ADHD, and lastly, apply more intersectional frameworks to the study of individuals with ADHD and other identities. Thank you.